As a parent, you want nothing but the best for your child's health. But with so many different approaches to healthcare, it can be overwhelming to know which one to choose. Should you stick with conventional medicine and go medication after medication, explore functional medicine and start loading up on diet changes, detoxes, supplements, and so forth? Or consider neurologically focused chiropractic care and get your child's nervous system back in balance and better regulated? Truth is, every one of them has its time and place, and understanding the differences is how you really become empowered to make informed decisions for your child's well-being. While conventional medicine continues to blame poor genetics and push medications, functional medicine looks deeper and takes a systems-based approach that focuses on gut health, the microbiome, detox pathways, diet changes, lifestyle, and so forth. But after nearly 2 decades of digging into tens of thousands of case histories on children struggling with chronic disease and neurodevelopmental challenges, I can tell you unequivocally the real root cause goes way deeper than genetics, gluten, and even gut health. Welcome to the Experience Miracles podcast, where we help parents find hope, answers, and drug-free help to overcome your child's chronic health challenges. I'm your host, Dr. Tony Ebel, and I'll be sharing my experiences as both a dad and a doctor on every episode. I can take the latest science and neurology of healing and break it down in the most simple and relatable way possible. We'll take on the toughest topics and answer your biggest questions through interviews with other amazing parents and leading experts, leaving you with practical action steps that you can take to help your child heal and thrive. It's time to expect and experience miracles. Let's get started. Honestly, when I first started practice 17 years ago, nearly every single one of my patients, even kids, were on multiple medications. Not just antibiotics and inhalers, but heavy-hitting psychotropic medications for ADHD, anxiety, autism, seizures, and so forth. And it was obvious that the more medications a child or patient was on, the more they struggled not only with the original condition, but also all these other nasty side effects. Thankfully, fast forward to today, and parents of this generation have made a massive shift towards drug-free natural health in a very short amount of time. Today, most parents are saving medications for what they truly should be, a last resort. And instead, we're seeing kids now on multiple pages worth of supplements, homeopathic and herbal remedies, vitamins, essential oils, detox kits, diet changes, and probably enrolled in multiple therapies like PT, OT, speech, ABA, functional neurology, and so forth. While this is good news and means that we are absolutely moving in the right direction with healthcare as a whole, here's the kicker. These kids are still sick and struggling mightily with neurological chronic challenges like autism, ADHD, anxiety, epilepsy, POTS, PANDAS, autoimmune, constipation, sensory issues, sleep struggles, and so forth. That means that despite so many improvements likely seen with diet changes, detoxes, and supplements, there is still a deeper, real root cause and dysfunction within your child's brain, body, and nervous system that hasn't been found and handled just yet. What parents tell me all the time is I feel like there's still something foundationally missing, even though we've made all these lifestyle changes, all these diet changes, we've gone through all the detoxes and added all the supplements, and again, maybe even tried medications. There has to be something missing. And through the differences of these 3 different clinical healthcare approaches, you'll find that the third one, neurologically focused chiropractic care, goes deeper, dives deeper into root cause and nervous system dysfunction than any other one. And that's where you're going to find that missing link or that missing unlock to get your child and your family healthy and healing again. Let's dive in. All right, so for this first one, I can probably be pretty brief because conventional pediatrician, medical care, honestly, I'll say it this way, it just doesn't jive with too many of us more these days. Over the last couple of generations, we've gone from virtually zero chronic illness in kids to 50% of kids struggling with chronic illness. Who's been in charge that whole time? The pediatrician and the conventional medical system. So we just understand that more of that equals more sickness, more chronic disease, not more health. And maybe your family went from the pediatrician to the neurologist, to the ENT, to the allergist, to the gastroenterologist, to the specialist. And the further you got into the land of specialty, you didn't find any answers. You didn't find anybody who actually listened to what's going on with your child, who actually went into neurophysiology to find the root cause. You probably just found another specialist who prescribed and sent you home with specialized medication. And if you're still watching this video, then you're done with that path, or you don't ever want to take that path, and you're much more interested in functional medicine, integrative, holistic, natural care medicine, and things like chiropractic care. So let's look at functional medicine. Now, this is absolutely positively the kind of care my kids get when they need it. You'll see when we dive deep into number 3, neurologically focused chiropractic care and proactive nervous system, natural health care, care, we really don't need medicine much at all. But if we do, functional medicine is incredible because it'll run labs, it'll dive deeper into different multiple systems like the gut and the microbiome and the endocrine system and the immune system. And it really takes a many layers deeper than conventional medicine approach to find various different root causes or dysfunctions, imbalances, and they can then target those with incredible diet changes, detoxes, supplements, vitamins. And honestly, there's so much under the hood of functional medicine that is so awesome and so effective for so many kiddos and so many families. It's hard to talk about briefly, but it is absolutely the most modernized, incredible approach to medicine. And it's the one that if your family wants to save medications for last and really wants to support the body and get it healing, get it functioning naturally and best on its own, well, then you still want to save medicine for a last resort. But whenever you need that sort of care or that sort of approach, functional medicine will probably fit your family a whole lot more aligned and congruently than conventional medicine. But what if you've done all that? In today's, like I said in the introduction of this video, today in practice, things have changed dramatically for me in just a decade or so. When I used to go through my new patients, pediatrics included, and I went through their intake paperwork, unfortunately, there was a long page full of medications. Now, often, there's multiple pages full of supplements, detox kits, vitamins, herbs, homeopathics, and different maybe neurointegrative therapies like working on primitive reflexes or biofeedback or neurofeedback. And in today's world, we have this access to this information about different healthcare options. And there's good with that. And then as a parent, I think there's a lot of confusion to that. There's a lot of overwhelm to that. I will tell you, the truth is, as a clinician, my first 3 to 5 years in practice, after 8 years of school, I kept going 2, 3, 4, 5 more years of advanced training in biomedical this, functional medicine that, and I loved all of it. And I brought it all into the clinic. And I used to be the doctor who told you this: hey, here's how we get your kid healthy. Just do these 462 things starting tomorrow and never stop and never have this food and never have this. It ended up being such a confusing, overwhelming, and restrictive approach to getting your kiddo healthy that it honestly didn't work. It looked great on paper. It looked great on our website. But when I actually put in all these multiple integrative therapies, even though they were natural, even though they were drug-free all at once, it actually seemed to short-circuit healing with the child's nervous system, which is where we now know today through something called the perfect storm concept. That's where the real root cause is. See, I'm going to keep it simple instead of going too deep into the neurology with this one. The way God designed our kids is to be healthy and to heal when they get sick, to heal when they get stressed. Now, where stress sets up shop and causes the most chaos, causes the most dysfunction, causes the most poor health is actually within the nervous system. The nervous system is like the mom of the body. It's the boss. It controls, coordinates, and modulates everything. It takes care and controls the gut. It takes care of and controls the immune system, the endocrine system, and even the motor system. Things like gross motor, motor milestones and development, fine motor, and sensory motor. So if your child struggles with sensory challenges, that is rooted in the nervous system. If your child struggles with autism or ADHD or epilepsy, those challenges are rooted in the nervous system. And even common stuff like colic, constipation, chronic ear infections, autoimmune conditions, and respiratory infections still rooted in the nervous system, because the nervous system is that master conductor that controls all these other systems. And if they are dysfunctional, it's very likely that the nervous system went through stress and dysfunction, or what's called dysregulation and subluxation first. You see, our kids are going through more stress earlier in life than they ever have. The fertility and the pregnancy journey in today's world is a highly stressful, medical intervention-obsessed system. Labor and delivery has gone from something natural and not needing intervention to almost a medical diagnosis where forceps and vacuum and C-section and induction and epidural and all of these interventions come in and they stress the baby's very sensitive, very what's called plastic, meaning there's a lot of development yet to do. There's a lot of molding yet to do. And so this high stress pregnancy, these high stress, physically injurious birth trauma, birth intervention based births, they shift the nervous system for your child into what's called sympathetic dominance, fight or flight dominance right out of the gates. What that looks like is a kiddo who can't soothe, can't sleep, can't nurse, can't swallow, can't breastfeed, can't get their food to digest, so they're refluxy and they're constipated. And if the gut isn't working, then they get eczema. And if they can't drain this stuff through the body, then they get ear infections and respiratory infections. And then they get antibiotics, which destroys their gut. And then their gut-brain connection, and that balance is thrown off. And then they get neurodevelopmental delays. They skip milestones or get delayed. And then they have sensory issues, speech challenges, social, emotional behavior, anxiety. The list goes on. In under a minute, I just ripped through the different conditions that come with the perfect storm over time. But while medicine calls them different diagnoses, it's all the same neurology. The difference with neurologically focused chiropractic care versus any kind of medicine, whether conventional or functional, is we dive the deepest of all three. The gut is under the control of the nervous system. The immune system is under the control of the nervous system. The motor sensory system is under the control of the brain and the nervous system. And so if you feel like you've literally gone down every single road and you're trying to tether them together, or I'm a farm kid from Iowa, we would call that farmer them together with duct tape, and you've got 7 doctors, 12 doctors, some conventional, some holistic, some functional, some integrative, and you honestly just don't know where to go next, and you're feeling overwhelmed and defeated because you're doing more than ever, but not seeing the changes you really know you need to see with your kiddo. And deep down in your mom and dad gut, you know that something foundational is missing. Then you deserve to know all about neurologically focused chiropractic care, because you will be blown away that our doctors and our practice, and then in the PX Docs Network as well, we do these 3 things deeper than anybody else. Number 1, we ask questions that no one else does. We dive deeper into your child's case history to truly find those early stressors, not just lifestyle, not just toxins, but what happened to your child's nervous system during development. That's where the answers are really found. Number 2, we use what are called neurological insight scans. So it's a set of 3 scans that takes 15 minutes, and they actually fully measure and tell us whether nervous system dysfunction and dysregulation is happening within your child's nervous system. If that nervous system dysfunction and dysregulation is in there, there's no diet change, there's no supplement, there's no therapy, and there's no medication that can address what's called subluxation, nervous system dysfunction, and dysregulation. That is only neurologically focused chiropractic care that can address that deepest layer of dysfunction. And the third thing we'll do is we'll sit down and we'll go through these findings with you. We'll give you a very in-depth, step-by-step, personalized care plan for your child and your family. The level of attention that we do as pediatric chiropractors and family chiropractors who are obsessed with getting your child's nervous system back on track so their healing of all kinds can get on track. You won't find it anywhere else in healthcare. We know that in emergency crisis intervention situations, we need conventional medicine. We need drugs and surgeries. It's incredible and it's life-saving, but it's not life restoring. We love functional medicine. We love lifestyle medicine and getting healthier through diet changes and these sort of things. It's essential to have that to be healthy. But what if you've done all that and your kiddo and your family still are not optimally fully healthy? Then neurologically focused chiropractic care is the next first place for you to turn and the next first thing for you to learn more about.